Well, good afternoon, everybody. We're back. We are going to attempt cinnamon rolls. Made them the other day twice, and they did not come out. So we're going to try again today. So I'm going to kind of tweak the recipe a little bit. I've got my milk added here. I heated up some milk. I still got to get my yeast in here. I melted the butter already. Hope y'all can see all that. Let me turn you around here. Get my yeast started. I got to get 2 packages of yeast. 2 packages of yeast with some warm water. And remember, I told you, you know it's warm enough if a baby can drink it. If a baby can drink it, then you're golden. So I'm going to put 2 packages of yeast with, what should I say, 2 cups of water, a cup of water, 2 cups of water. About 2 cups or 2.5 cups of water, because they're 0.25 ounces, my yeast is. And I'm using the active dry yeast. So a half an ounce is going to be 2.5 cups, 2.25 cups. We'll do 2.5 cups. Okay, it's getting warm now. Okay, so I think the other day the reason mine didn't come out, me and Becky were talking about it. She said the kitchen was probably too cold. Well, being winter here in West Virginia, we were keeping the house on 70, and that might have still been too cold. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon, and here's my 2.5 cups of water. 12:30 in the afternoon, and it's 24 degrees. We're supposed to have some frigid temps tonight and tomorrow. I work today. I had to go in at 5 o'clock because I'm training. I'm being trained to cook, and I love it. More comfortable there than I am cashiering. I just cannot understand that computer. But I am training to cook the burgers and stuff. Right now I'm on breakfast. So I work 5 to 10:30. Because our breakfast is from 6 to 10:30. Let me stir this up real quick. I gotta put about a teaspoon of sugar in it. Okay. It's snowing outside. The wind is blowing pretty hard. It's blowing that, you can see it blowing that snow all over the place, across the roads, everything. And something that I've not seen before is, y'all may think I'm crazy, but I am not from the north, I'm from the south. I have never seen a plow on a truck plowing the roads until I moved here. They plow the roads, they salt the roads, and you could drive in this because, one, unlike Texas, see, in Texas we rarely ever get snow. It does snow, but once in a blue moon. It ices, and you know, nobody can drive on ice, and I'm not driving on ice. But here's my yeast. See, there's no foam right now, or very, very little, okay? We're gonna put it over here on the stove. I've already got the stove warm. I got the stove on. We'll put it on 350 already. So I got that there. I've got my milk going. Oh, well, my milk's already done. But we're gonna go ahead and I was gonna add my wet ingredients first. But because I've got the butter, I didn't start my yeast yet because I wanted y'all to see it. Okay. All right. Got my cream cheese. softening up, another stick of butter softening up. That's for my frosting. So, and let me say, the other day, my sister-in-law, Susan from Minnesota, she messaged me and says, hey, do you take requests? You know, I'd like to learn how to make an omelet, so can you teach me? Absolutely, I'd love to. If anybody has a request, message me. Reply on my Texas Mountaineer Homestead, and if I can make it, we'll make it together. And I'll let you know, hey, my next video is, I'm going to make this for you. If you want to, cook along with me. Oh, there it goes. I was just wondering about my yeast, but look at this, y'all. I'm like, oh, my yeast isn't doing nothing, and then all of a sudden it started bubbling up. Yay, my yeast is alive. So we're gonna let that do its thing. It's gonna take a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and add the, no, I'm gonna wait and add the wet ingredients first. I am going to get me a couple of egg yolks and put in here. I seen a lady do this the other day, and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna add egg yolks to mine too. And I'm trying to remember who she is, because I don't want to steal nothing from nobody. I have to go back. I'm gonna go back and look and see who it is, and then I'm gonna correct it on my channel here. I'm trying to remember the name of the channel she was on. Okay, so I was trying to separate this egg. Well, I'm glad y'all didn't see that. Trying to separate this egg. I got one. Let me show you. It'll probably work this time. I'm separating this egg, taking the yolk out, and my yolk broke, and it went in my egg whites. And if you do that, you can't use it. So there's my other egg yolk. I'm only putting 2 in here. All right, let me get this, see how my yeast is doing. Oh yeah. It's taking its time, but it's coming up. But anyway, yeah, if anybody has a request or anything, hey, I will be glad to see if I can make it, you know. Sometimes I add my own seasonings. Sometimes I do it by the book. Most times I just kind of wing it. I just make stuff look good and taste good if I can. But I really want to add my wet ingredients first. Let me go ahead and put my butter in there. Got a stick of butter. Okay, cinnamon rolls, I never said they were going to be fat-free. So, keep that in mind. They're not fat-free. I'm not going to add my milk yet. I do need to get my salt out. Got my sugar already. Okay. Okay, so while we're waiting on the yeast, it's almost done. I was talking to some people at work, and 4 times I've made a sourdough starter. 4 times I failed at it. I put on Facebook that, oh my gosh, I finally got me a strong starter. I can't believe it. Well, it died. It deflated, and for the life of me, I could not get it to rise again. So anyway, this is going to be attempt number 5. Now, I cannot use wheat flour because Becky and her mom are allergic to wheat. Can't use wheat at all. I would love to ground my own wheat and make my wheat flour. Can't do that. So I'm using all-purpose, strictly all-purpose flour. So Google said that I can use some cornstarch to make it fluffy, I guess is what the word they used. But I was wondering, since all-purpose flour doesn't have a lot of protein in it, wheat flour does, could I get me a small jar of protein powder from the store and use a little bit of that? Please comment, and if you know anything about sourdough, comment and let me know before I go buy it. I almost went and bought it yesterday. I'm like, oh no, because I was at the store yesterday anyway, after work. I'm like, oh, I want to pick it up, and I almost did, and I'm like, no, because I don't want to spend the money if I can't use it. So, let me know, please, in the comments. And if you guys like these videos I put out, right now, it's too cold to do anything outside, so I'm cooking. And I don't mind you using my recipes. I don't mind at all. However, this spring, I've got a lot to do this year when it gets warmer. I got to put my garden in. I ordered my seeds from Berlin Seed, and I've got them. Those came in the day before yesterday, I think. Those came in. I want to tear down the garage, build a new garage. I want to tear down this deck outside, build a new deck. I don't know if the deck will happen this year or not, because we need new windows. That takes priority. We need a new sliding glass door. This is my sliding glass door now. It works. It's just really hard to open. But out here, I don't know if you can see it, is my deck. That's my back deck. This part right here is like a little enclosure. It's not so enclosed right now because it's cold in that little enclosure. And I would like to be able to sit out here during the winter. We can't right now. But it's about, I guess about 8 feet off the ground. It's above our cement deck out of the basement. This is the one that my dog Dakota, I was out there cleaning a window and I was right around the corner. Well, I was trying to come back in the house here and Dakota went between my legs and got out on the deck, and it's not safe. Underneath some boards are rotting, so we are extra careful. We try not to go out there at all. But I did have to clean this window. Anyway, Dakota got out there, and I couldn't run after him because the deck's so bad. So he jumped off. And oh my God, my heart just fell. It really did. And all I heard was him yelp once. And I'm thinking, oh great, my dog just died. So I ran out the front yard, out the front door. Becky was sitting on the porch because we had some guys over loading up trash. And I said, Becky, Dakota just jumped off the deck. Well, she runs around the corner. As soon as she got up and started running around the side of the house, here he comes limping around the corner here. So he hurt his leg. He didn't break it or anything. We checked him. He's breathing okay. But he limped for like 2 or 3 weeks. And the last week, I think he just wanted us to feel sorry for him. But he's fine now. He will look out the sliding glass door, but he has not once tried to get out there again yet. So he's pretty smart. It doesn't take him very many chances to learn that he can't do that. Okay, y'all, look at this. My yeast is ready. Remember what it looked like before? Look at that foam now. That's what you want. So we're going to give this another try. We're going to dump all that in there. Okay, we're going to... Let me put this where y'all can see it. I got my egg yolks and my egg yolks, my butter, and my yeast in here. We're going to put about 2 teaspoons of salt. We're going to do, this is my 1 cup. If I can get it out. Let's do I'm gonna have to have a smaller cup. We're gonna do 1 3/4 cup of sugar. Okay. Don't gonna be a little bit sweet, y'all, but I'm not eating it. Peggy and her mama's gonna eat it. I'm gonna give some to George too. George and Lori. They're my new friends up here, George and Lori. Okay. To this, let me get my knife out. Remember how we stamp it down like that? 1. Make sure you get a cup. 2. 3. We're going to start out with 4 cups and see what that gets us. All right. This is attempt number 3 at my cinnamon rolls. Okay. Bring you over here to the mixer. And I've got milk warmed up if I need it. All right. I'm going to use my paddle attachment at first. Lower this sucker down. All right. Yeah, we're gonna need more flour, y'all. Not much flour from what I can see. I also get on the counter, but I do clean up my mess. Let me see what that looks like. Let me see. Let me go ahead and lift this up. Come on. All right. I'm trying to get a dough, y'all, to where I can roll it out. Come on, Bo, get on there. Just a touch more flour, y'all. So that was, I think that was 3 extra cups I put in. So, I had a lot of liquid in there, y'all. A lot of liquid. All right. Okay. It's a little bit sticky, not too much. But this is about where I think I want it. I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to put it in a bowl to get it to rise, just like you do bread. Let me take some spray and spray my bowl down real quick. All right. Get my cinnamon rolls off here. All right, we're gonna see if this will rise again. I made 30 cinnamon rolls the other day, and I've been known to be a perfectionist. So if it doesn't come out, guess where it goes? Yep, you guessed it, it goes right in the trash. So I made 30 cinnamon rolls to just throw them away. Becky's like, I don't know why you can't keep those. They tasted good. They just didn't rise. I'm like, Becky, you know me. If it doesn't come out perfect, or the way I think they should be, I'm not keeping them. Sorry. But any cook will tell you the same thing, probably. All right. I'm not kneading this. I kneaded it in my mixer. I am just kind of rolling it to form a ball so I can let it rise. There we go. Put it in this bowl. A little bit heavy. We'll see if that's what we want. All right. I'm going to put this cup towel over it. And we're going to let it rise. It's going to work. They say 3 times the charm, right? So here it is right here. In this bowl, I didn't need my milk, so I'll go ahead and get rid of that. But put my towel over it, fingers crossed. I'll be right back in about 30 minutes. Okay, welcome back, y'all. We're back now. It's been about an hour and a half, and it was an epic fail. It did not rise at all. It looked like it was starting to rise, and then it just didn't. So, I forgot to hit the record button. I'm starting over. I've got my yeast in here, 4 cups of flour, melted butter. I'm gonna see if this works. I'm gonna crank this up so I don't need it. We're gonna see what happens. Knead it dough for about 5-10 minutes, and about 3 to 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are again. I got my dough mixed up. Fixing to take it out of here. It feels different this time. Do you know? Maybe I have to start using a bread recipe for it, but I'd like to get my own cinnamon roll dough. It feels different. Feels better. Okay. Let me, oh, and it's soft. Alright, let me see how this one works. Roll it up into a ball. Well, form it into a bowl. Ball. Not a bowl, a ball. Okay. Plop it in there. Bring it over here to the stove. Sorry, y'all. Alright. Cover this sucker up. Now, it's 2:30. I'm gonna check it at 3, so I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, we're back. It's been 30 minutes. Check it out. Did I tell you third time's a charm? Look, it's rising. It was about half that big when we started. So, what we're going to do, bring it over here so y'all can see. Scoot everything over. You know we need some room. All right. Flour everything up here again for the third time. All right. Look how soft that dough is. All right. Okay. Let's get to rolling it out. Well, I told you last time, take you some flour. Roll it over that rolling pin. Roll it out like this. My husband got me this, my late husband, when he realized I learned to cook. I love to cook, not learn to cook, but love to cook. And he was very supportive of it. Let me see. Let me see if I can flip this over without ripping it. There we go. Yay. All right. Ooh, that dough's soft, y'all. And see how much counter space I have here? Look at all this. See that counter space? I told you in my last video, no matter how big or small your counter space is, you never have enough. That is oh so true. So before this decides it doesn't want to ride anymore and aggravate me again like it did last week, last week, I'm going to hurry up and roll this sucker out. Now you don't want it too thin, but you don't want it too thick either. So you're just going to have to play it by ear, and remember that you're going to roll this up. So, with that said, let me saucepan here, roll out some butter if I can find the end of it. If I can find the end of it. All right. This butter's not going to take me very long at all. Okay. I've still got my oven going, y'all. I have not turned my oven off yet. Haven't turned my oven off, but let me get my brown sugar and my cinnamon, as we call it in my house, cinnamon. Come on. Y'all keep waiting. All right. So, I've been whistling this tune. I've got it in my head. Y'all know the song, Dream a Little Dream? Oh my gosh. I heard that on the radio and instantly loved it. So, you know I had to add it to my Bluetooth. So, that's what I listened to on the way to work today. So, I've been whistling it all day. You know, if I had all the time in the world, like if I was waiting for my dough to rise, and I started melting my butter, it'd melt just that fast. Now that I'm kind of in a hurry, it's taking its time. I've got a really good frosting recipe for this. Oh my goodness. Y'all are going to love it. Okay. Spread this sucker out right here, because, all right, you can spread it all out. And like I said, if anybody has a request or something, just comment and let me know. I will be glad to make anything you guys want me to. Wednesday, I'm going to make my Swiss steak. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that, but it is slow cooked. Very, very, very slow cooked. And I'm going to make, I got some fresh Brussels sprouts. I told y'all I went to the store yesterday after I got off work. And I'm going to make my fresh Brussels sprouts. And what I do is I shred them in my food processor and fry them up in a skillet. My mom called it a frying pan. And in bacon. I mean, come on now, who don't love bacon? You know, everybody loves bacon. And if you don't, you should. Brown sugar. Oh, y'all can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry, y'all. Here I am talking to you. All right, I spread butter on my dough. Sorry about that, y'all. Got some brown sugar here. Put that everywhere on it. I should have picked up some more brown sugar. Since I found out I was moving here, I found out last April, and we moved here in August. I'm out of brown sugar. Since April, I have been watching tons, and I do mean tons, of homesteading videos, because I'm going to have a garden this year. I never had one in Texas. My husband tried, but it just gets so daggum hot. And the hot weather lasts for such a long time. I don't know if I told you, I think I might have. But I called I video chatted my two good daughters on Christmas Day. And it wasn't overly cold here, but it wasn't Texas weather either. I'm adding some cinnamon on top of my brown sugar. But anyway, Amanda, my oldest daughter, told me it hit 84 degrees Christmas Day. And it is, well, it's a little after 3 now. But it's, I checked my phone just before I came in here. It's like 23 degrees outside. And my daughter said it's in the 50s during the day in Texas. It does drop down to the 20s and 30s at night. Tonight, we're supposed to drop down to, I think it's 7 degrees. And we got a pretty strong cold front coming through. And it was snowing today, last night and today. Y'all, I'm just rolling this up here. And you can take you some water, cold water, wet your edges here, because you want the dough to stick, and this is going to act as a paste. I got some flour on here, and when I wet it like that, it's going to act as a paste. So, here we go, all nice and shut. Now, okay, sometimes if my ends here are kind of puny and have very little powdered sugar and butter on them, I will fold them under. They look like and feel like they're pretty full. So let me go ahead and get my pan. The gonna spray it with my pan spray. So, I gotta tell you, the other day when I tried to make cinnamon rolls, I told you this my third time because they didn't rise. I don't know what I did. But anyway, so Becky, I was making cinnamon rolls. I should have told her not to say anything to anybody. So, but she told her mom. And her mom, I told you, Peggy loves sweets. So, since they didn't rise, I threw them out, you know, because I had made 30 of them. They didn't rise, so they all went in the trash. And so I told Becky when I got home from work today, she said, are you gonna do a video today? I said, yeah. I said, I'm gonna try to make cinnamon rolls. She goes, would you please? Because I think Peggy's asking her, hey, when's Sherry making cinnamon rolls? But I do have a cream cheese frosting to put on them. It's pretty good. It's almost the same frosting I use for my cakes. Let me get, I'm trying to find a good sharp knife. Okay, I'm gonna cut these about that thick. About an inch. Well, well, you know what? That was on the trash anyway. Now, I'm doing them about this thick, about I don't know, half to 3/4 inch. Okay, let me show you. Put this down here so you can see what I'm doing. And dough, when you make dough, I'm still working on my doughs. There's different doughs for different things. Dough sometimes is very forgiving. You can what I call manhandle it. You don't have to be very gentle with it. It's the dough is pretty tough. But I think Becky was right. I think I had my kitchen too cool. It wasn't cold, but it was a bit chilly. My kitchen is the coldest room in the house. The furnace is down in our basement. Something else we don't have in Texas is basements. But anyway, my furnace is downstairs in the basement, and all my pipes, sewer pipes, water pipes, air and heat pipes, they're all inside. So we had the plumber out here yesterday or the day before, something like that. Yesterday, I think. My days tend to run together. But we asked him if we needed to run our let our pipes drip because it's getting so cold outside. He said, well, since your pipes are all inside, you really don't have to. So, yay us. I can save on my water bill just a tad. But anyway, here's my cinnamon rolls. I've got them all cut. Give me 1 second and I will show you what they look like in the pan already. And my cinnamon rolls touch because, like I told you before, I keep moving you up and down because when I start talking to you, I look up and I'm looking at the counter as you're looking at it. But anyway, when you make a dough and you cut it, if you're making cinnamon rolls or whatever, you want them to touch slightly. Don't push them all together. You want them to slightly touch because if you don't, if there's too much room, they will rise this way instead of this way. Okay, I'm just putting these in the pan, and as soon as I get done, I'm going to show them to you. They look pretty darn good to me. But anyway, give me 1 second. Some of them have been trying to unravel, but we're gonna stop that. I'm gonna cover these up with a paper towel, with a cup towel, and I'm going to put it on my stove to rise again. Just like I did the first time. That wouldn't even go anywhere. Okay. Let me show you this. Here's my cinnamon rolls. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20. I made 22 of them. Now see how they're just slightly touching? You don't want to push them together. They are just barely touching. I'm going to put them back over here on my stove. There you go. Put it back over here on the stove. My stove's nice and warm. I've only had it going for about an hour now. Hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. Now, I will be back just like when you make bread. You let your bread rise twice. First in the bowl like we just did. And then when you shape them in the loaves and put them in your loaf pan, you let them rise again. So, I'm going to pause the camera, let this rise. I'm going to clean up my mess here a little bit, and I'll be back about, it's 3:15 now. I'll be back at between 3:45 and 4, and we're going to check the cinnamon rolls. I'll be right back. Well, hello again, everybody. Okay, the cinnamon rolls are cooked. They've been cooling. There they are right there. Don't they look good? And they did rise. So I'm gonna fix to make a frosting. This frosting is not mine. We have a place in Texas, I don't even know if they're still in business anymore, called Cinnabon. They only have the best cinnamon rolls. And they're about 3 times the size of what I just showed you of mine. So I'm using their recipe. I don't know if it's the exact recipe, but I found it said Cinnabon's cinnamon roll frosting. So what I'm gonna do is put my whisk on my mixer. I'm gonna leave some of these unfrosted because me and a few others are diabetic, and although we might love it, we're not gonna eat it. Where's my stuff at? Give me 1 second. Okay, I found it. Looking for my cream cheese and my butter. All right. Softened, of course. Oh, there goes my whisk. All right, I'm gonna use a stick of butter. Leave these out for about 30 to 45 minutes because you need it softened. Okay. I'm gonna mix that up. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here. Every time I move the camera up so I can talk to you guys, I keep forgetting to move it back down. Okay. In my mixer, I got an 8-ounce block of cream cheese and 1 stick of butter. Now, let me go ahead and cream this up. I need 1 cup of powdered sugar. Let me get my powdered sugar right here. All right. I'm gonna open it real quick now. Powdered sugar. I do not like pouring powdered sugar out of the bag with 1 hand. All right. We're gonna go ahead and let me turn this off. I feel safer if I raise that up. All right. my powdered sugar. I need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, wherever that went to. Where is my vanilla? Oh, give me one. Well, let me see if it's over here. Yep. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. One teaspoon of vanilla. And last ingredient is 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Let me get another teaspoon, y'all. More dishes I have to wash because I'm clumsy. All right, 1 teaspoon. And I also got to clean my counter off. 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Oh. All right, let's mix this bad boy up here. Get all that mixed in. I'm waiting for the butter and the cream cheese to grab that sugar so it will splatter. There we go. Now we're going to make us a frosting. There's a hunk of cream cheese right here. I'm going to get off and mix that sucker up. Now you just let her rip. Give it a small taste. Oh my God, that's so good. Ooh, Lord, I wish I wasn't diabetic. This whole tray would be gone already. All right. Okay. Check this out, y'all. Oh, y'all can even see that. Look at all this goodness I'm doing here. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'll take some to my boss tomorrow. Give some to Charity and Terry. Terry's training me on the hot side, so. That frosting didn't go very far, did it, y'all? There we go. All right, y'all. There we go. 3rd time's a charm. There's the cinnamon rolls. Look yummy, yummy. I don't think I'm going to go have me one or a half of one. Well, y'all, I'm going to leave this video right here. They finally came out. But anyway, you guys have a great day tomorrow. Great rest of your evening tonight. And I will see you in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.